Hello and welcome in to Norwalk, Iowa, where the Norwalk Warriors will have their second doubleheader at home at their new ballpark here at the brand new Norwalk Softball Complex. Brand new construction, brand new turf field, same old Warriors, except this time they're coming into this game off of a 5-game win streak. Oskaloosa looking to turn their luck around just a bit as they enter this game 1 for 4 in their last 5. I am Liam Weber here on Pardon My French Media, joined by Ian Nelson. Ian, what are we looking for today from Norwalk and Oskaloosa?
I think from this Norwalk squad, you really want to come out the gates firing, just like you have in your past games. The Norwalk Warriors are coming off of a 5-game win streak. They're playing very well. They crushed a ranked Pella on the road 10-5, and then prior to that, they played really well. They played a good Grinnell team, very close, but still came out on the top. And then you mentioned the last home game, their first home doubleheader of the season. They played Pella Christian very well. They played them, won the first game 12-2 in a run rule, and then run ruled them again 16-0. And then before that, it was a win at Gilbert 5-1. They lost on the road to a very good North Polk team, 10-0 in that one. But this is a team that when they come out of the gates swinging, they can do some really nice things. For Oskaloosa, you just got to play competitively. This is a team that has struggled to score in some of their games coming into this season. And so if you can get on the bat early, that is how you can succeed in this one.
As on the mound for Norwalk is currently their strikeout leader on the season, Ashton Hans. Last time we saw him, he put up a 9-strikeout gem in Game 1 against Pella Christian, that 12-2 matchup. Something that doesn't appear on the scoreboard is that one, a good slider in there for the first pitch of the game and a strike for his efforts. But in that game, he early allowed 2 runs to come across the plate for Pella Christian, got out of 2 bases-loaded jams in the top 2 innings, and really after that, settled into a groove, got to that 9-strikeout mark. Let's take you through the Oskaloosa lineup as it is now quickly 0-2 to the leadoff man, Trey Parks. He's going to be followed up by Jake North and Ty Edgar. Tate Peterson will clean things up, followed by Carter Bonnet, Jack Miller, Cale Ashman, Colin Johnson, and Mason Muir will clean things up. As did he go? Yes, he did. It's a strike 3 swinging. And just like that, Ashton Hans picking up where he left off against Pella Christian.
What a great just first 3 pitches from Hans, really to set the tone early against this Oski team. You can't hit much off of him if you're going to keep on looking, and that's what they did for the first 2 pitches and then just didn't go early enough. What a great first batter for Ashton Hans.
Hans has some fantastic breaking stuff that has really been working so far early this season. That slider that he threw first pitch shows his confidence in that pitch, as it kind of just breaks into that bottom corner here, as that's showcasing it early for this Oskaloosa team, a team batting .221, and they are led by their leadoff man, or by Ty Edgar, who's on deck waiting to come in. But for Jake North, so far this season, a senior batting .333 in his own right, he has also been incredible. It's kind of this 2-3 in their order that delivers the punch. As this one's going to be rocketed past Kenyon Wright at second into right field. Wilkening will snag it and throw it back into the infield. It's a single for Jake North.
Yeah, that's his 11th hit of the season, his 6th single on the year. North been their best hitter for this team. He comes in with 15 runs, 6 singles now, 2 doubles, 3 triples, and a homer with 8 RBIs. This is a guy that can get his bat on the ball quite often and does it at a great rate. Like you mentioned, he's batting at about 1 hit every 3 at-bats.
As he's also a threat to take off, so Hans from the stretch will be wary of that as he'll go here. Riley Schmidt, throw down, gets into the outfield, and this runner will take third now. As just like that, a good throw from Schmidt, just in the dirt, not able to snag it. Over there at second was Kenyon Wright, goes into the outfield, fielded by Bush. But just like that, Jake North turns a single into 3 bases, and he is 90 feet away.
Yeah, you mentioned his threat on the base path. That's his 11th stolen base on the year.
That one will find the zone, 1-1. Ty Edgar at the plate. He is the pitcher looking to help his own cause. As Ashton Hans Faced something similar in that first game. This one, a nice charge here. Colton Moore will just take the out at first, as they'll say that he dropped it on the transfer. So it will be out number 1, but it's an RBI for Ty Edgar. So an RBI, and it's 1-0 Oski with 2 outs on the board. Similar situation as that first game against Pella Christian. That one will run outside on the breaking pitch. Tate Peterson will step up to the plate. Peterson so far this season the RBI leader for these Oskaloosa Indians. And it is 2-0 to the third baseman.
We mentioned earlier that Hans is the lead strikeout pitcher for this Warrior team, but he also is the lead walker. He has 18 walks on the year, but he's been very nice in this early start to really try to find the strike zone as he fought back from going down 2-0, now I'm bringing it back to a 2-2 count.
And a good thing about that here is deuces are wild. It gives Hans an out pitch here to see if he can induce a chase before having to come back into the zone. And he'll do just that. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Got him. We'll head to the bottom of the first. Hans allows 1 off the single from Jake North. When we come back, we'll have the Norwalk lineup and the pitcher that the Warriors will be facing off against. As we come back, we're going to give you the Norwalk lineup, a lineup that has been very potent as of late. 4 straight games with 10-plus runs on the board for the Warriors. Colton Moore leads off, followed by the pitcher Ashton Hans and his battery mate Riley Schmidt behind the plate. Owen Siemens will clean things up at third base. Then it's Brady Wilkening, Kenyon Wright, Xavier Bush, Keelan Selby, and Cale Wadley will finish things off for this lineup here in Game 1. And on the mound for Oskaloosa, it'll be Ty Edgar, who has an RBI in this game already. Edgar comes into this season with a 4.50 ERA, a 1.79 whip, 20 strikeouts, which leads the team for Oskaloosa. And Colton Moore, who stands in, leads the team in hits for Norwalk. 357 batting average, 15 hits, 12 runs, 7 RBIs, 5 doubles. 9 steals for the powerful shortstop, as this one's going to be grounded sharply. Snagged at second, on to first. Slides in, and he's safe. Gets a hand in just in time.
Yeah, and you mentioned he's the hit leader, and he's just bolstering that. Now with 16 hits, that is his 11th single on the year. So just super effective, coming in with a batting average of .357. Really looking for that 400, just the way how effective Moore is as a hitter. And you also mentioned the steals leader with 9 stolen bases. Watch out for this guy on the base path.
As we'll bring Ashton Hans to the plate, strikeout leader. He's also pretty good with the bat on his shoulder, has a triple so far this season. As a 250 average and an 853 OPS to go alongside it. As this one's going to be laced out into left field, and that one could stretch Colton Moore all the way to third, and it will. He's going to risk it, and he's booking it, and he's in there safely on the slide. Runners on the corners, nobody out.
What an effective hit. Got it right over the third base line, put it in a corner, and then Moore. We talked about his speed, getting around it, and it really was not too much risky because he was in there with quite a bit of insurance.
And now Riley Schmidt will step up to the plate. Currently leads the team in home runs with 1, but not a big power threat team from Norwalk. They're going to get small ball, or as some people might call it, ethical baseball. And they'll score runs that way. Schmidt missed a home run just barely last time we saw these Warriors at home against Pella Christian in that first game. Hit it out to left field just in front of the 325 sign before it was tracked down. Had 2 balls that were nearly left the yard to try and christen this stadium. One of them was off the bat of Colton Moore. A few jokes were made as he hit it directly at 375, and the joke was made that it went 374 feet, just barely missing that pine tree out there by the flags. Wind seems to be blowing in just a bit, as here's the delivery. Grounded softly. This is going to be enough to score more. Throw on to first is in time. So something similar happens for Norwalk as a ground out results in an RBI. And Norwalk ties this game up at 1. Another RBI 6-3 ground out here in today's contest, as Colton Moore will come across to score. As for Moore, his 13th run scored on the season.
Seems now up to bat. He is the team's leader in RBIs with 10, with 1 runner in scoring position. He's looking to increase that one.
As that one is taken for a strike. As Ty Edgar kicks and fires. That one grounded right back up the middle. This one should be enough. No, it's going to be snagged by the second baseman. And Jackson Howe, who is courtesy running for the pitcher, has to retreat back to third base. He thought he was easily going to score, but a great snag at second keeps that run from scoring. As now steps up Brady Wilkening. He'll sky this one out towards the batting cages to our right. A warm, slightly humid day here in Norwalk, Iowa. Had a big storm system go through last night into this morning, has not helped the humidity at all. As this one a soft liner out to short and caught, and that will put an end to things here in the first inning. It's tied up 1-1. When we come back, it's 5, 6, and 7 due up for Oskaloosa as they'll look to retake the lead. As we return, let's get you the Norwalk defense. From left to right in the outfield, it's Cale Wadley, Xavier Bush, and Brady Wilkening. Then around the horn on the infield at the hot corner, it's Owen Siemens. At short, it's Colton Moore, and joining him up the middle is Kenyon Wright at second. First base is Keelan Selby, and behind the dish is Riley Schmidt. Catching, Ashton Hans on the mound as this one from Hans will go low, below the knees to Carter Bonnet, who steps up to the plate for the first time today.
Yeah, Bonnet coming in with 7 hits on the year, looking for his 7th single or his 2nd triple. It's not often you see players, especially at this level, when they have multiple levels of hits, having maybe 6 singles and 1 triple. Usually it's a double, but we've seen hard hitting coming from Bonnet so far this year.
As Hans finds himself in a 2-0 hole, manages to get a strike in there. As Bonnet, a 259 hitter so far in this season, as this one will loop in, nearly comes in and hits him, but drops just off the barrel of the bat, so it's 2-2 now. And that's something that Hans does so well with his slider. He throws it at the hitter, and it drops into the zone. And there's nothing you can do with it at the plate other than try to fight it off. As this one, a high chopper that goes foul down the third base line. And again, Hans has incredible breaking action on that slider. Might even be a sweeping curveball. With just that much movement, you have to assume that it's a devastating slider. Hans gets a swing and a miss. Strike 3. Got him.
What a nasty pitch from Hans. You mentioned it again, that slider sweeping curve. It looked like it was going right at Bonnet, but then it went straight into the middle and got Bonnet swinging.
And back-to-back strikeouts if you go back to the top half of the first inning for Ashton Hans. He's already got 3 on the day. And that one, a fastball that finds the zone. This one is going to be Jack Miller at the plate. This one falls outside. 1-1. This one fouled back to the screen. As Hans now at a 1-2. Looking for 3 straight punchies. This one will be just a bit outside. 2-2. Hans gets the rosin bag. He's going to try and put away the left fielder. Or excuse me, the right fielder. Here's the delivery. Number 9 gets it a bit low. Count a run full. First full count of the game for Oskaloosa. Hans kicks and fires. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Got him. And it's 3 straight Ks for the tall right-hander as now steps up Cale Ashman, the left fielder.
A great just battle from Hans. You saw that he was starting to get down a little bit. Started with 2 straight Ks, two straight strikes, and then went down 3-2 and way to battle back.
This one a soft grounder. Siemens charging. Fields fires onto first. Snagged, and it's going to be 3 straight. He sets it down in order, and we'll head to the bottom half of the second inning for Norwalk. It'll be 6, 7, and 8. 2 up for the Warriors, trying to take the first lead of the game. As we come back, we'll get you the Oskaloosa defense as the throw goes down to second to signify the end of warm-ups. In left field, it's Cale Ashman. In center, Jet Stack will be DH'd for. And then in right field, it's Jack Miller. Then around the horn on the infield at the hot corner, it's Tate Peterson. Up the middle, it's Jake North and Colin Johnson. At first base, it's Carter Bonnet, excuse me. And behind the dish, Trey Parks completing the battery with Ty Edgar, as that will find its way into the zone for strike one to the second baseman, Kenyon Wright.
Yeah, Kenyon Wright coming in with the best average on the year for the Warriors, a 450, which in any level of baseball is amazing, but especially in high school.
As that one a healthy swing and a miss from the second baseman wearing number 4. One of my favorite little tidbits to always put out is whenever you find a player that wears the same number as the position he plays. As that one, swing and a miss, strike 3, got him. And just like that, the first batter of the day, or the first batter of the inning for Norwalk goes down swinging, and Xavier Bush now will step to the plate. Got his first hit of the season the last time we saw him play against Pella Christian. Since then, he's had 2 more to add and 3 runs. As that one will find the zone, strike 1. Xavier Bush just kind of needed a catalyst game for him, and he found it against Pella Christian. First hit of the season for him was a frozen rope out to left field. As that one will run in, off the plate, ball 2. Another one that runs outside. If Bush can reach, he is a threat to steal. 2 for 2 on the season. Nowhere near the team lead as Colton Moore's kind of run away with it so far this season. 9 for 10. Next closest is 3 for 3, and it's Cale Wadley. Tied with Kenyon Wright. As Wadley, if Bush were to reach, and barring any double play, would come up to bat this inning. Is this one a soft grounder back to the mound, gets past him at short, on to first, not in time. And there it is, Xavier Bush showcasing that speed, turns a soft grounder into an infield single.
Turned on the jets and beat out that tag. I thought he would have surely been got, but he said no, sir.
As that'll bring up Keelan Selby, first baseman. Batting 100 on the season with a 400 on base. He has walked 3 times, has been hit by 2 pitches to go along with that single. So he's taken his punishment at the plate as well with a few hit by pitches. As his teammate Riley Schmidt, the catcher, has the team lead in that. Is that one a healthy swing and a miss? Bush will take his lead off first, and then he'll take off. This one skied high. That will make its way out of play. And luckily nowhere near the fans. It's a busy day for the Norwalk Warriors athletics program. Doubleheaders for baseball and softball. Earlier today, a heartbreaking loss for boys soccer, as that one will be strike 3 looking. Keelan Selby will stare at a pitch down the middle, and that'll bring up Cale Wadley. As Wadley, 9-hole hitter, batting 200
They've been adding something pretty regularly
so far on the season.
So I wouldn't be surprised at some point they add strikeouts.
As both pitchers looking to have settled in a bit after the first inning. Edgar looking to get out of this, no damage done. And that one, foul tipped, 0-2.
I've always thought a foul tip should count as an out. It's a foul ball. It's caught.
Here we go, 7.
As Wadley gets the 0-2. This one grounded sharply over to second. Fielded cleanly on to first. A nice soft toss to put an end to the inning. Norwalk goes quietly, but a single from Xavier Bush means an extra batter is faced. We'll head to the top half of the third inning. It's going to be 8-9-1 due up for Oskaloosa to face off against Ashton Hans. As we come back, it's Colin Johnson, the second baseman, to stand in. He made the final out of the last inning, so he will stand in against Ashton Hans for the first time. Hans, 4 strikeouts on the day already, 2 in the first, 2 in the second. On pace for a 14 strikeout day if he goes the full 7. That one will miss. 2-0. As Hans kicks and fires. That one will run inside, but find the inside part of the plate, 2-1. Hans has been clinical. Check swing. Did he go? No appeal. So it will be a ball. It's 3-1. That one will find the zone, and Colin Johnson thought that was ball 4.
Put your Yoda voice on. How?
So he chucks the bat off to the left, and we're sitting at a full count. It's kind of one of those moments where you don't show up home plate. He might punish you if the ball is close enough to the zone, and he's not going to get in trouble for it. But he will work a walk.
That's just Hans' 19th walk on the year, which does lead the team, but it is still a rare sight when you look at his strikeouts. Over 20 now on the year.
Mason Muir, the designated hitter, now stands in. This one's grounded back to Hans. Hans, 1-6. On to first. Cannon, 3. Double play. And, you know, personally, as soon as I saw that Colton Moore came over to cover that, I knew that ball was getting absolutely rocketed over to first base. Colton Moore, one of the strongest arms on the team. And there's a reason he plays shortstop. As just like that, the leadoff walk eliminated for Ashton Hans on a double play started by him. And he'll drop in a breaking ball for strike 1. Trey Parks, the strikeout victim, his first time up, struck out on 3 pitches. As it's 0-2 very quickly to the leadoff man. Trey Parks. 10 strikeouts on the season now.
It's Friday. Don't squeeze in. This is my fourth night of covering sports this week. I'm good.
1-2 count. Parks laid off the first ball is that one. Doesn't quite find the zone on the outside part. Can't hold it too much or the umpire begins to suspect you're showing him up a bit. But Schmidt just has to do what he thinks is best for his pitcher in that moment. He's going to try and expand that zone slightly as it's 2-2 after the foul ball. And that one foul tipped into the glove. And it's another strikeout for Ashton Hans, and we'll head to the bottom half of the third inning. We're still tied at 1, but for Norwalk, it's 1, 2, and 3 due up. Colton Moore will lead things off when we return. As we come back, it's the top of the order for Norwalk. Colton Moore single came around to score in that first inning. He scored off the Riley Schmidt ground out.
If you're the Warriors, you really want to start things off quickly from Moore.
As Colton Moore aggressive, swinging first pitch, skies this one. Just missed the barrel, maybe a little bit early on it as well. As again, his first game here at the new baseball softball complex, nearly hit one out of here.
I thought that one was gone.
And a layoff this one, but he wanted a piece. Quickly 0-2 to the shortstop. As he's definitely got the power to be able to deposit one over the fence. He's just missed a couple times so far. That one, if he gets all of it, that one's surely going all the way out towards those two random spectators out near the grass in left field.
Keep your head on a swivel.
As that one lined and caught. A leaping grab by the shortstop, Jake North. As North will put away his counterpart. And Ashton Hans, the pitcher, now will step in.
We're saying he did not make a jump. That was for theatrics.
As Hans stands in. He singled, was courtesy run for. And then that courtesy runner managed to get all the way to third base for the end of that first inning. This one will run inside, 1-1. Hans been Norwalk's best pitcher on the season, at least starter-wise. He's also been one of their top hitters. Try to get a breaking pitch over the heart of the plate, but release it just a bit early. That fastball run high and out. So now very good hitters count here for Ashton Hans. That one swung on. He's late on that one and make its way out of play, and the count runs full. So we'll see the payoff pitch here from Ty Edgar. Hans fouls this one off as well.
A little bit earlier than the last hit, but still a little bit late.
There's a very wide gap in right center field. That'll run high, and Hans earns his walk.
Now man number 12, Riley Schmidt.
As Riley Schmidt will stand into the box, as coming in to pinch run is Jackson Howe. Norwalk has courtesy runners assigned to their pitcher and catcher spots so that if Riley Schmidt or whoever the pitcher is at the time reaches base, they can get them back in to the dugout and ready for the top half, or for the top half of the next inning. As that one finds the zone 0-1.
That's my go-to.
I don't really understand what it is.
Delicious.
Schmidt calls time and has granted it. As Owen Siemens waits on deck. If this is anything like the previous doubleheader, he will be in line to start game 2. Schmidt shows bunt. And this one, no one's covering second. Jackson Howe was trying to slide in. If he had stayed standing, he might have third base by now, but on the bunt attempt, the third baseman was already charging Tate Peterson, and that meant that Jake North had a step or two over towards the third base bag to try and cover it, so nobody was home on the throw.
That's Howe's second stolen base of the year.
Here's the kick and fire. That one's ripped down the left side, but foul. In on the hands of Riley Schmidt. 0-2 count now to the catcher.
Really just count throughout the entire season.
As if Schmidt can get that ball off to the right side, there's a giant hole to get some real estate. Or if he gets it in the air into the outfield, left center. And that one's lined and down in foul territory. He's getting so close to a base hit. As Riley Schmidt will have to stand back in. He is battling in this 0-2 count. As Edgar stands tall. Lift to the left leg and fire. Big swing and a miss. Strike 3, got him. Schmidt's battle ends in a K for out number 2, and that'll bring up the third baseman, Owen Siemens. He grounded out to second base his first time up, looking for better fortunes in this AB with a runner in scoring position for the RBI leader of the Warriors. That one runs in the dirt. Great snag behind the plate by Trey Parks, and Howe thought about it before retreating back. Edgar looking for something over the plate. But if he can get Howe to run and get him out, is that one a beautiful breaking pitch over the heart of the plate? 1-1. In this spot, you're kind of ignoring the runner on second. You're trying to just focus on the batter at the plate. Because in most circumstances, that runner's not going to take off for third. You never make the third out at third base. You're taught that very early in your baseball and or softball career. As that one runs outside, 2-1.
Especially on most catchers being righties, just it's a quick turn right down the line, only 90 feet away. Super difficult.
As Edgar can't afford to lose the at-bat here to a 3-1 count. And that one finds the zone, a check swing, 2-2. Deuces are wild with a runner on second. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Edgar will step off. As he'll get the sign. Comes set. Fires and fouled straight back to the screen. It'll remain a 2-2 count. Wilkening waits on deck in case Siemens can reach. Norwalk against this Oskaloosa team last year split the season series 1-1. Their final game was canceled due to a weather postponement and then a weather cancellation, as this one will not find the zone, and he did not swing, so it is a full count.
Seems really just wanting to get his bat on the ball, but just good eye out of him to not pull too early and just check it back.
As this one's in the dirt, runner goes, and he's safe. The tag was not applied. So it's runners on the corners, as it was Jackson Howe trying to catch the catcher unawares, failed, but still gets in there safely as the tag is missed. And after a full count battle from Owen Siemens, he'll reach base on a walk and bring up Brady Wilkening. A soft liner to shortstop his first time up. As Parks will give the signs. Out there to the infield. That one finds the outside part of the plate, 0-1. Wilkening out there in right field. As the shortstop coming in is Jake North, trying to talk him into something, maybe trying to induce a pitch. But, I mean, you're the captain of the infield. You kind of have to see if you see something you don't like. You're going to be the one that has to kind of go out there and say something. You have to be the vocal leader of the infield. Same way as center field is kind of your captain of the outfield. As left center, again, wide open. Oskaloosa not afraid to kind of split the outfield, as this one a soft grounder over to short, on to first. Good stretch and snag, and they're going to say safe. And a run will come across to score on the infield single from Brady Wilkening.
Now batting number 4, Kenyon Wright.
No, I can't tell if he bobbled it, throw was low, or if he took his foot off the bag, but no matter what, that's Wilkening's 7th RBI of the year, and it came in a time where the Warriors much needed now to put themselves on top of the scoreboard.
Norwalk has their first lead of the day, and it's runners on first and second now. to Kenyon Wright as this one. Throw low, and this one, he gets him. Redeems himself a bit as a ball in the dirt. Kind of gets Siemens running, and he is thrown out at third. We'll head to the top half of the second inning where Ashton Hans will work with the lead for the first time today, going against 2, 3, and 4 in the Oskaloosa lineup. It'll be Jake North, Ty Edgar, and Tate Peterson for the Indians. As we return, it is Jake North to step up to the plate. He had a single that he later came around to score on. The shortstop will look to put a spark in this Oskaloosa lineup and try to retake this lead or tie things back up at the very least.
He's been Oski's spark all season, and now when they're down on the score, this is where they need him most.
He'll foul this one into the screen, 0-1. Again, after that first inning, Ashton Hans has found his groove a bit. Certainly a leadoff walk that was eliminated by that 1-6-3 double play. Is this one another slider that just breaks over the heart of the plate after it looks like it's going to run in and hit him? Kind of see North's body language there. He's kind of just, I don't know what to do with that. And it's a swing and a miss. Strike 3, got him on 3 pitches.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
As the pitcher, Ty Edgar, will stand in. He has the sole RBI of the day for Oskaloosa on a 6-3 ground out. That one breaks just above the zone. 1-0. Hans, a very methodical pitcher. Likes to get into his rhythm and not be interrupted from it. It's very rare where he'll come set before a batter. But this AB, he is working quickly. As that one, an ugly swing and a miss there. 2-1. And again, it's kind of hard to see what you're doing with a slider that breaks that much horizontally. Starts in the zone, breaks out to the other batter's box. And that one breaks vertically straight into the strike zone, and it's 2-2 on back-to-back breaking pitches.
And back-to-back batters, as you mentioned, just their body language, don't know what to do with a pitch like that. It looks way out and then just drops in.
And that one finds the outside corner, and he'll take that one. Strike 3, staring at it.
Now batting number 10, Tate Peterson.
And it's another stretch of 3 straight strikeouts for Ashton Hans. That'll bring his total on the day to 7. As Tate Peterson, the third baseman, will stand in. Takes a fastball down the middle. Peterson struck out to end the first inning. Takes 1-1. As a third spectator has joined the 2 gentlemen in the outfield. As this one, a slider that does not break, comes in and hits Peterson. And that'll bring up the first baseman, Carter Bonnet. An uncharacteristic miss from Ashton Hans on the hit batter.
7th time Peterson's been hit this season.
And the first hit batsman of the season for Ashton Hans. As that one from the stretch delivers a powerful fastball down the middle in the top, maybe just above the zone. Top outside corner. Pickoff move, throw runs a bit high. As now sitting at first base, Tate Peterson. 3 for 3 on the year for stolen bases. So it's tied for 5th. As that one, a big swing and a miss, and the throw goes down to first. And he'll just eat it there. As Riley Schmidt tried to get the back pick. And Peterson now is 4 for 4, which ties him for 3rd. Or excuse me, ties him for 4th. And that one, a soft liner, popped up out there, and it'll find the glove of Kenyon Wright to put an end to the inning. No runs come across the score for Oskaloosa after the hit by pitch. When we come back, it'll be 6, 7, and 8 due up. We'll see Kenyon Wright take to the plate once more to face off against Ty Edgar. As we return, it'll be Kenyon Wright to lead things off. He was at the plate when Owen Siemens was caught out at third base trying to steal on a dropped ball in the turf. But it'll be Wright, Bush, and Selby to stand in to face off against Ty Edgar, and he'll miss outside. As this one also missed 2-0. That one misses 3-0.
Very uncharacteristic out of Edgar to go down like this in the count. A very effective pitcher, but to go 3-0. Just kind of struggling these last couple of innings.
As finds the zone there on 3-0, taking all the way was Kenyon Wright. As 2 walks in the game so far. for Edgar, and this will be his third.
Now batting number 11, Xavier Bush.
As Xavier Bush now stands in. Edgar at 11 walks on the season, and there'll be a meeting on the mound, as it could be day done if Coach Almond doesn't like what he sees out there. We'll take a break while this is resolved. We'll come back with the at-bat for Xavier Bush. Ty Edgar left out there. Just a quick meeting on the mound. Runner stands on first, nobody out. Xavier Bush up at the plate. This is 1-0.
Hitting right 75% on the base path this year.
That one finds the zone, 1-1. As Kenyon Wright, absolutely a threat to steal, but he steals in very opportune times. Is that a big cut and a miss? And it's 1-2 now for Xavier Bush, the center fielder. He'll just poke the bat out there. This one skied high, could stay in play, and it will. So right next up against the Norwalk dugout for out number 1. And that'll bring up Keelan Selby, who struck out looking his first time up. See if he can't do anything different here. Try to advance that runner for Cale Wadley and the top of the order. Another very packed house here for baseball. Softball, last score update we had was they were up 1-0 over Oskaloosa. As that one lined and down into fair territory. This one will advance the runner all the way to third. He may be sent. No, he'll get the stop sign on the double from Keelan Selby. Good piece of hitting there from the first baseman to bring up the left fielder, Cale Wadley.
That's just Selby's second hit of his career this season, and his first double on the year. A great at-bat. Fortunately not able to put in right, but now you have two batters in scoring position for Wadley.
As the infield will creep in onto the infield grass, trying to protect against a bunt attempt of what would be a suicide squeeze off the bat of Cale Wadley.
This is exactly where you want to be if you're the Warriors. You have the lead, and now you have two runners in scoring position with only one out.
Takes the first pitch just to see it.
It's always nice to get an eye on it before. Pretty important at bat.
And if you're Ty Edgar, you can't really afford to play fancy right here just in case you let that ball slip to the backstop. Great snag behind the plate by Trey Parks. Because if you let that slip to the backstop, you're asking for trouble with Kenyon Wright at third and Keelan Selby at second. Both of them have plenty of speed, even though Selby plays first base. This one, a high chopper, fielded, just has to throw on to first. So it'll be another RBI ground out for Norwalk, as it'll move both runners.
Now batting number 8, Colton Moore.
So it'll be Colton Moore to stand in. 1 for 2. It's a 3-1 lead now for Norwalk. And again, Colton Moore swinging for the fences. I don't think he has any other mode other than hit ball far.
Power, power, power is what Moore wants. And if he can get it, it will be a beautiful sight, truly, especially on this new field.
That one will find the zone quickly, 0-2. As even if it's not hit ball far, it's hit ball hard. He is going to swing for as much exit velocity as possible. Might tear a hole through one of the infielder's gloves if it's caught on a line. As that one gets under it high, not as deep. And the right fielder will put a squeeze on it. Jack Miller ends the inning, but Norwalk gets another run on the board. So we'll head to the top half of the 5th inning with a 3-1 Norwalk lead. For Oskaloosa, it'll be 6, 7, and 8 due up for the Indians. As the throw comes down, we'll have a pinch hitter for Oskaloosa. It'll be number 14.
Owen Johnson, the sophomore. He's an infielder and pitcher.
Owen Johnson.
Owen Johnson. So far this season for the sophomore, just his second potential AB as this one's going to be grounded back out the middle. Colton Moore's not going to be able to get there. And just like that, Oski's in business with a base runner.
Now batting number 3, Cale Ashman.
As Cale Ashman now will stand in. Ashman so far today has a ground out to third base. Oskaloosa still in their second time through the order. Meanwhile, Norwalk has just started their third time through.
Got to mention for Johnson, that's his first high school hit of his sophomore year.
As it's 0-1, a throw down to first, not successful. As Riley Schmidt has the arm to go get a back pick and pick someone off. As the sun beaming down on this field, a beautiful day for baseball and softball. Bunt attempt shown, misses on it. 0-2.
It's really hard to bunt when you have a pitcher like Ashton Hans, who really does like those off-speed pitches, that sliding curve or the slider. Just no matter what, it's super hard to bunt on that.
That one skied high, giving chase to it, Xavier Bush and Colton Moore. Moore's called off. Bush has it. Has to fall to get it a little bit as an awkward catch, but he does put the squeeze on it for out number 1.
Colin Johnson.
Colin Johnson now.
And he holds the runner at first, which is always a nice sight.
That's always risky trying to tag up from first base, even if it is a diving play. As a great job by Bush calling off Moore. As this one just sits. Schmidt, throw down. Not quite on line. Tried to get him to see if he leaves the base, but a successful steal for the sophomore.
It's a game of first for Johnston, who now has his first stolen base of the season.
Runner in scoring position now. 1-1 count here to the second baseman, Colin Johnson. Hans. This one will kick up and away. And that runner will take third on the wild pitch in the dirt. For Hans. Doesn't have many wild pitches on the season, likes to have absolute control. As now a runner 90 feet away for Oski. And a check swing. We'll make it a 3-1 count. Perfect hitter's count here for Johnson. Trying to get Johnston across the plate. This one curves in to make it a full count. And that one, did he go? Yes, he did. Swing and a miss. Strike three, got him.
Now batting number 21, Mason Muir.
Just the movement on that ball from Hans. Johnson really did not know where it was going and wanted to save the at-bat and put it out, but that ball just kept on moving away to the other batter's box.
Oskaloosa having a bunch of trouble with that slider. As now standing in is Mason Muir. Grounded into that 1-6-3 double play his first time up. That one finds the zone, and it's quickly 0-2. That one grounded sharply, sails out. Moore fires a frozen rope from almost shallow left to first base to put an end to the inning. And just like that, we'll head to the top half of the sixth inning. 2, 3, and 4 due up for Norwalk to face off against Ty Edgar. As we come back, Ashton Hans will step up to the plate to try and help out his own cause. Currently 1 for 1 today with a run scored. Or rather, his courtesy runner has a run scored. As that one skied high out of play.
I will say all of these leadoff hitters have been coming out of the gates swinging. We've seen Colton Moore coming out swinging multiple times. Now Ashton Hans coming out swinging. We even saw Kenyon Wright coming out swinging. All of these leadoff batters for the Warriors really wanting to put that bat on the ball in an aggressive nature.
Yeah, an aggressive mindset here for the Norwalk hitters. Hans just wants to help out his own cause. That one to run high. You're not in auto take mode in an 0-2 count, but as a pitcher on the mound, you're trying to see if you can extend the zone, get a call you usually wouldn't. It's kind of the job of your catcher to find something. As that one will be spiked into the dirt, or rather the turf, and it's 2-2. As Hans on the 2-2 gets a hold of it, but it's foul back beyond our press box. Edgar kicks and fires. This one runs inside, but gets him. Staring at it. And Hans, after an aggressive start, goes down quietly. I'll bring up Riley Schmidt.
What a nasty pitch out of Edgar. That one went from out to in and then just caught the inside corner to get Hans looking.
Looked like a good fastball with some movement. Might have been a cutter. As 0-1 here to Riley Schmidt. As both of these pitchers have been using the strikeout pretty effectively. Edgar, that one being his 4th on the day. Ashton Hans, double that. 8 on the day for him. As since the first inning, he has shut down this Oski order. Bottom 5. 3-1 our score. Norwalk has scored in every inning except for the second. So coming into the bottom half of the 5th. This one comes inside and smacks Riley Schmidt, so he'll take his base. A hard-earned one.
Now batting number 23, Owen Siemens.
Owen Siemens now will stand in. Edgar. That one is his 4th hit batter of the season. As looking ahead to the second game of our doubleheader. Looks to be, taking a look at their stats, it looks like it'll probably be Tate Peterson, who is currently playing third base. That'll come into pitch. He's got a 3 ERA on the year, a 1.29 whip. We'll have coverage of that game as the throw down to first. Not going to be in time. And the courtesy runner, that is Victor Esparza, will take second.
And Schmidt just likes to wear them. That's his 7th worn pitch of the season. And I will say both of the batters hit in this one by Oski and one for the Warriors. Both have been hit multiple times. I believe it was the 8th for the hitter from Oskaloosa, and this is the 7th from Schmidt.
Esparza dancing over there at second, playing some mind games. That'll run outside on Siemens.
I'd say it worked, as that one just does not get the movement that Edgar wanted.
As for Norwalk in game 2 of the doubleheader, it looks like we will more than likely see Owen Siemens pitch. Pitched very well in game 2 against Pella Christian. That 16-0 victory for the Warriors. As the third baseman will leave the hot corner to take the mound, more than likely. But first, Norwalk has to finish this one out. That'll run outside, and it's 3-1 to a very dangerous hitter. The RBI leader for the Warriors. Currently 0-1 on the day with a walk. Esparza still dancing at second. And that one will find the zone. The dancing doesn't work this time. Esparza doing his best to try and induce a walk. As that one, good sound, but makes its way out to the metal shed to our right. So we'll see the payoff pitch again. That one nearly runs in and hits him, but he'll take first base without wearing a pitch. And now it's 2 on with just 1 out, and it's Brady Wilkening up at the plate. RBI single. His last time up, 1-4-2 on the day. That one back up the middle, nearly snagged. This one has a play, got him at first. As that one has to be very lucky for Ty Edgar as he just got out of the way, got a glove to it, knocked it down, glove flew off. And he, maybe not physically rattled, but emotionally, he's trying to joke about it and laugh.
Saw his life flash before his eye. Seaman's a very strong hitter, one of the bigger guys on this Warrior team. He's got a lot of muscle on him and sent that ball firing at the face of Edgar, and he was just able, as you said, get his glove off, but it just flew out of the glove, off the hand also.
As Kenyon right now stands in, 2 outs now, but runners did advance to second and third. So anything past the infield is more than likely going to score both of them. As Ty Edgar going to look to use that adrenaline to get out of this inning without allowing a run. As it's a 1-1 count now to the second baseman.
Ty Edgar just sounds like such a 1940s baseball name.
Maybe he's named after Ty Cobb then.
It's Ty Cobb and J. Edgar Hoover.
This one gets away from Parks. Eventually finds it. Runner does not get to advance.
Wright does a nice job of telling Esparza, no, don't go. You're going to get out, especially with 2 outs. Does not want to get stranded again for the second time while batting.
Edgar steps off, tries to chase Esparza back. Esparza gives him a little shimmy of the shoulders at third. He's itching for something to happen. As a big cut and a miss ties it up at 2. 2 on, 2 out, 2-2 count. Second baseman at the plate.
As you like to say, Liam, deuces are wild in this situation.
In this situation, it's 5 of a kind on 2. Someone's cheating at poker here.
I've seen the reflection.
As this one grounded, but it's going to be under the glove of the first baseman. 1 run will come across to score on the E3. A routine play that spells disaster.
Now batting number 11, Xavier Bush.
And it's now 4-1, and it is 3 straight innings that Norwalk has played it a run. And it brings up Xavier Bush, sitting at 1-1.
That scoreboard doesn't record hits.
And that's just another error that we've seen from Carter Bonnet at the first base for Aussie. He's just had himself a rough game. A couple times tonight we've seen him drop a ball or just not get his glove fully on it that allows a Warrior run.
I can't see this scoreboard from that press.
As a 1-0 count here to the center fielder. Runners on the corners. He slips as he throws it and still gets the strike on the swing. As the adrenaline for Edgar might be wearing off, and he's trying to fix a turf mound. There must be just something that builds up there, but trying to adjust a mound that
Does not really
move to adjust with the pitcher. Although it is a unique feeling. Not a lot of teams at this level are going to have turf fields that you're going to be playing on. Norwalk certainly one of the first. As this one is in the dirt, runner's just going to go and Trey Parks just kind of gives up on the play, focusing on the batter at the plate.
Yeah, Wright stopped halfway between first and second and kind of looked at the catch like.
He looked like a deer in headlights. That is exactly what he looked like. And just like, I'm gonna take this. Parks had nothing to do with it. So now it's runners in scoring position. And Xavier Bush has a 2-1 count. And that one's going to be in the dirt, and this one might score another run. And it will. As another wild pitch will score Siemens.
Very uncharacteristic from Parks, who's been electric from behind the plate today. Has had multiple just starring saves to keep runners held on the plate, on the base path, but that one just gets by him.
And that one will find the zone on the 3-1, so the count will run full with 2 outs. Runner 90 feet away for Xavier Bush, a 5-1 lead for Norwalk. Delivery. That one roped and caught at the hot corner. So it will be Tate Peterson to get him out of the inning, but it's a 5-1 lead. And when we come back, the top of the order is due up for Oskaloosa. 1, 2, and 3 to face off against Ashton Hans in the top half of the 6th inning. As we return for Oskaloosa, 1, 2, and 3 due up in their order. As it'll be Trey Parks, the catcher, to stand in. He's got a pair of strikeouts so far in today's game. He's going to look to avoid a hat trick here in his third faceoff against Ashton Hans, as Hans begins his third trip through the Oskaloosa order. As that one will find the top corner. And it's 0-1.
You would think third time's a charm if you're Parks, trying to just do something other than get one striking out. But at least both times for Parks has been swinging and not looking. It's a very rough day if you have 2 back-to-back strikeouts looking.
As that one finds the turf, so it's 2-1 now. As pointing it out, Hans, again, starting his third trip through. Norwalk almost through with their third trip through. And Hans fields it easily, tags the runner as there's a collision over there at first between Selby and the runner. But the tag is made, runner is out.
Now, batting number 2, Jake North.
And it'll be a 1-3 for out number 1. And Jake North, the shortstop, now will stand in. Is sitting at 1 for 2 on the day. Run scored, stolen base, and a strikeout. Done a little bit of everything. As plenty of different coverage versions of this contest. 2 radio stations from Oskaloosa area broadcasting on their airwaves as we're over here on YouTube with the stream. As this one, a hard grounder, more charges, Fields fires. Great snag by Selby. Kind of chucks it back at Moore. Show his appreciation for the cannon. And honestly, I can't blame him all that much. With the cannon of an arm that Moore has, he throws it full power every single time. That cannot be a good feeling over there at first base, even with the larger glove with the pocket.
Sometimes it's necessary. Like that time, it was pretty necessary with the speed from Jake North, but the last time we saw the cannon from him,
As
he
this
had
one fielded on at third onto first in time, and it's a quick 1-2-3 inning for Norwalk. Apologies for cutting off Ian, but we'll head to the bottom of the sixth and continue that thought as it's 8-9-1 due up for the Norwalk Warriors to take on Ty Edgar. As we return, it is Keelan Selby to take to the plate to introduce Jet Stock into this game as he will take the mound for this Oskaloosa team. Just making his second appearance on the season. He has 2 2/3 innings pitched, a 2.62 ERA in those innings, and a 1.13 whip.
only comes in with 1 strikeout on the year. So looking to add that, this is a Warriors team that does like to swing quite a bit. And so when you're facing a very aggressive team, looking to increase that strikeout. And also that may mean he does have 2 hits on the year. And that one is sent.
Left field, settles under it, and makes the snag for the first out of Jet Stock's day.
Now batting number 7,
As
Kale Wadley.
trying to finish up the line for Ty Edgar.
One home run at the bottom of the 7th. 22 pitches. Well, no, because that was 21st pitch. Oh, yeah. It could be with 2 outs.
As Edgar does exit this game in line for the loss. 5 innings pitched, 5 runs, 4 hits, 4 strikeouts, 3 walks in the day. As I believe only 3 of those will be earned, as a couple of them came across to score off of errors. As that one smacked hard, fielded by the shortstop. Nice sliding grab, but it'll be a skipper over to first, not in time. And Wadley has an infield single.
It's a good backup by Parks to really be behind that. A lot of those throws from third and shortstop have been a little bit off their mark. And with first base, Bonnet not being as reliable in this game as he has been in recent years, Parks has realized that, got behind that one, and stopped that ball from causing any more damage with the fast runner from Wadley.
As Wadley, as he kind of leads off first, as this one a back pick attempt, not going to be in time. Took a bit of an overzealous secondary lead When he leans down, it almost looks like he's trying to hit the Spider-Man pose over there at first base to take base. And I mean, in softball, you see them get into 40-yard dash position, try and go take that base. So as that one, a check swing for strike one. He wanted to absolutely smack that baseball, but instead holds up.
That's what Moore's been trying to do all game. Hasn't got the opportunity really, except for his single in the first inning.
Offered at that one as well, but they'll say he checked his swing on that one. Appeal down to second base. Confirms it, so it's 2-1. And again, Moore has hit the ball extremely hard 3 times, and he's got 1 hit to show for it here today. A story that is been true for almost all of his ABs this season as another aggressive hack makes it a 2-2 count. I think if you're Jet stock, you kind of have to just take advantage of that at this point and try to see if you can get him to continue to be aggro. Keep the pressure on. And that one will run the count full. 3-2, 1 out.
Despite his aggressive nature from Moore, he does have one heck of an eye, being very patient on most of his counts.
Runner goes. Smack down the line. Foul just to the left of the bag.
I thought that one might have just hopped over the base, but good call from both third base coach and from Blue, saying it was just a little bit to the left.
As it would have been a perfectly executed hit and run for Norwalk. Would have easily gotten Wadley over to third base, if not across the plate. That one runs outside, and he will give him his walk. So now it's 2-on.
Now batting number 9, Ashton Hans.
And 1 out here as Ashton Hans stands in. Looking for a little bit of extra insurance before heading to the top of the 7th, where Hans very easily could retake the mound, try to go CG today. Has plenty of speed on the base paths. If there's anything hitting to the outfield, there's a very good chance that Moore tries to score from first.
For sure, Moore has been aggressive on the base path and on at bat multiple times this season, and we've seen it all year. He has 9 stolen bases on the year, so the speed is impeccable out of Moore.
I think something to note is that if it's hit out towards center or left center, as that one fouled off on the foul tip, it is Ty Edgar out there in center field, so still a good arm trying to get a runner out at third or home on a relay.
But we've also mentioned there's a huge hole between left and center that has not been attacked too much by this Warrior squad.
I think the pitching really just hasn't allowed them to. A lot of things that are pitched around the zone rather than through it. Trying to find corners rather than making mistake pitches over the middle that Norwalk can punish. And Stock. This one lined and caught on a dive. Couldn't get it out of his glove to get the runner for a double play. But that one, a diving play by Jake North. Keeps that runner at second and does not allow Colton Moore to get aggressive.
What a play out of Jake North. We both thought for sure that one was going into the outfield, but North supermaned it. Full feet off the turf and just caught that ball out of the air.
And now Riley Schmidt will stand in. Sitting at 0 for 2 on the day. A run scored, an RBI, a strikeout, hit by a pitch. As technically it was his courtesy runner that scored that run. As a foul tip into the glove, 0-1. As Schmidt looking for something to drive into the outfield. Right center looking wide open now. Shaded just a bit towards left field as Wadley trying to test the pop time of Trey Parks a little bit. And Schmidt stands tall in the box. That one, a great curve that drops in for a strike, 1-2. First time we've seen him throw that. It'll be 4, 5, and 6 due up in the top half of the 7th inning for Oskaloosa. As the delivery. That one skied high, could stay in play, giving chase to it as the first baseman that'll find its way out of play. To the right, as it was Carter Bonnet giving plenty of chase to it. Schmidt on a 1-2. Trying to make solid contact here off the new pitcher. Jets stock. This one back up the middle, that'll get through. They'll send the runner from second home. Throw goes in. That's a nice snag behind the dish, and Trey Parks to keep that from going to the backstop and keep Colton Moore from trying to hit third. But it's an RBI single for Riley Schmidt. As Wadley comes across to score, and it is 4 straight innings with a Norwalk run up on the board. It's 6-1. 6 runs on 6 hits, no errors for Norwalk. 1 run on 2 hits, 2 errors for Oskaloosa.
It's the 12th hit from Schmidt so far this season and ties up the RBI leaderboard for the Warriors with his 10th. And the guy he's tied with is up to hit now, Owen Siemens.
Siemens so far today 0 for 1, has walked and been hit by a pitch. He's come across to score as well on a wild pitch. As 1-2 now to the third baseman. The patience game begins here for Siemens, trying to find a pitch he likes in the zone. It's going to make Stock try to come in and get him. That one in the dirt. 2-2.
Nice work out of Siemens to stay patient, going down early 0-2, now bringing it back to tie 2-2. Really testing the new pitcher, Jet Stock.
As a 4th member of the outfield crew in left has made his way out there. They just keep growing without us noticing. Started with the 2 gentlemen in the lawn chairs. Another one came out there to join him. Now there's just one leaning up against the fencing.
I think I see some maroon, so it may be the Oskaloosa fan base.
As runners will go, this one skied foul out of play. Good job staying alive there. As pretty much just a defensive swing. As a full count with 2 outs, the runners will be going as there's a force out no matter what. Going to force any fielder to go the long way to get that out. Stock will come set. Lift and the runners go. That one will miss high and the bases are loaded for Brady Wilkening.
Now batting in 5, Brady Wilkening.
As Wilkening so far today sits at 1 for 2 with an RBI. as there's a meeting on the mound. I don't believe this will be day done for Jet stock. But for Norwalk, a 6-1 advantage. And, I mean, they've hit a stretch of their season where they've just dominated teams with runs on the board. The last time they didn't score double digits was a 5-1 win against a Gilbert. But since then, it's been high-scoring games for Norwalk. Only one time has a team really kept up with them, and that was Grinnell in that 11-9 win. So this offense has hit their stride. They're starting to put together some really nice games, especially with a very difficult schedule coming up. Indianola, that's a rivalry that's always going to be intense. DCG, you have to go to them to play too. Newton, you play them again, a team that you split with earlier on. They come to town, and then you have Bondurant Farrar, another game against Pella Christian. Then later down the road, you have a 2-game set against Pella coming up. So they're hitting their stride at the right time. They're using these so-called easier opponents, quote-unquote, to get ready for those tougher games down the stretch, and maybe they can pull off a few upsets here and there. As the payoff for this game is getting ready for game 2 and then going on that bit of a stretch.
The Warriors now getting into that meat of their schedule, that middle part, and this is where you want it. Like you mentioned, Liam, they're starting to get the bat on the ball at a very effective rate, and we've seen it in this game, scoring in 4 straight innings.
As this one, a shallow pop fly that's fielded at short by Jake North to put an end to things here in the bottom half of the 6th. We'll go to the top half of the 7th, where for Oskaloosa it's 4, 5, and 6. In a 6-1 deficit for them, and Ashton Hans will retake the mound to finish this game out potentially.
Yes.
As we return, Tate Peterson will step up to the plate. He is 0 for 1 today, hit by a pitch and a strikeout with a stolen base. As Hans kicks and fires. That one is in the dirt. 1-1. Hans looking to close this game out, go complete game. As for both doubleheaders, we're rocking 7-inning games. As that one finds the zone 1 and 2.
Sometimes you see from pitchers, especially as they get into the later stage of the game, that their just velocity kind of lowers as the game goes on, and we have not seen that from the pitcher.
As that's going to be strike 3 looking. Strikeout number 9 on the day. As Hans looking for double-digit strikeouts. As he's hunting through the 4, 5, and 6 of the Oskaloosa order. As now hitting is number 6, pinch hitting for Carter Bonnet. We had him as Jack Miller in our number card, but Miller's wearing number 7. As that one finds the zone 1 and 2 now. As Hans kicks, fires, swing and a miss. Strike 3, got him, and there's number 10 on the day.
Now batting number 7, Jack Miller.
As now Jack Miller will stand in. Hans looking for 11 strikeouts, looking to strike out the side. He'll be, if he manages to do it in 3 pitches here, he'll be a 1 pitch off of an immaculate. As that one will run outside. 1-0. That one will also run outside. 2-0.
Trying to get Miller to go, swinging with that slider. But it's just sliding a little bit too far out.
He's starting it a bit. He's starting it a bit further outside than he has been usually. He likes to start it on the outside hip of the hitter, and it curves into the strike zone. At this time, he's starting it more towards the heart of the plate, and it's finding its way outside. This one, he tried to go the opposite way, but it's a 4-pitch walk issued. And that's just his second walk of the day.
Brings him to 20 walks on the year, but with his 10 strikeout day, that is still well below.
As I think most of his walks have come later on in games this season. And I think early on this season he struggled a little bit. He's really finding his groove now, especially now that, I mean, that slider's really come a primary pitch. This one's fielded. Colton Moore has time. Friars not going to be in time, as it was Siemens missing the play. And Ashman has an infield single, and now it's 2 on with 2 outs. And up steps Colin Johnson. 0 for 2 today, or 0 for 1 today, a walk and a strikeout. Johnson takes a strike on a slider. 0-1. Oskaloosa seeing if a late rally is possible here against Norwalk, who have scored in 4 straight innings. It's been 5 straight scoreless for Ashton Hans. Is this one a back pick potential? Big throw down, leaping grab by Colton Moore. Keep that from going out there into center field. 1-1. Hans sets, lifts the left leg and fires. That one poked out to the right side. No one's home. Fielded by Wilkening. They're going to keep it station to station. So the bases are loaded. Now with 2 outs, and it's Mason Muir up at the plate. And there's going to be a meeting on the mound here for Norwalk, as I'm assuming this is just going to be a little bit of a pep talk. Tell Hans he can get out of this and get out of this game with a victory. As only 1 run allowed today for Ashton Hans came in that first inning, as it was an RBI ground out from Ty Edgar. The starting pitcher had the only run scored for his, or the only RBI for his team, excuse me. As talking about player of the game for game 1, I don't think you give it to anybody other than Ashton Hans.
I've been reading on my iPad. I don't know what you expect from me.
As that one fouled off at the plate, 0-1.
I think you were right. Just need a little bit of a pep talk, because that one fired down the middle. Really nothing Muir could do to get his bat on that any quicker.
Fires it in, swing and a miss, 0-2 now. As Hans looking to go CG. That one kicks all the way to the backstop, and the runners will retreat. as Schmidt was up and after it quickly.
Just get him on this next pitch.
Good awareness out of Schmidt. The pop-up, one of the fastest I've seen. One of the fastest pop-up catchers in the state. Just got out of there quickly and kept the runner.
Hans shaking, wants to find the pitch. Gets it and fires. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Got him. It's 11 strikeouts for Ashton Hans. And that'll do it for game 1 here in Norwalk. It's a 6-1 victory for the Norwalk Warriors. Ashton Hans goes 7 strong. Complete game, gets the victory. 7 innings, 1 run, 4 hits, 11 strikeouts, 2 walks allowed, as he will take home Player of the Game honors. We'll be back here for game 2 after about a 30-minute to an hour break. But for now, I have been Liam Weber, joined by Ian Nelson. We'll catch you later tonight for game 2 of our doubleheader.
back on part of my French media for Game 2 between the Norwalk Warriors and the Oskaloosa Indians. In Game 1, the Warriors got the best of the Indians, taking a 6-1 lead as it's a strike swinging by Parks, the catcher from Oskaloosa. On the mound for the Warriors to start this one, it's number 15, Josh Snyder, the junior, getting his second start on the season.
Yeah, so far this season it's been kind of a rotational thing, which is normal, but a bunch of guys starting games for the Norwalk Warriors. This one just making his second start of the season, but in a bright point, he's got a .7 ERA, so maybe looking to see if they can get him more involved is Josh Snyder, the junior. So it looks like he's got an aggressive windup, aggressive pitching motion, which in certain aspects means he's going to have a faster fastball. His breaking pitches might not have as much break. But again, if you're having a slider that is, maybe 15 miles an hour slower than your fastball with a ton of break, that's one thing. If you have a slider that doesn't break as much, but it's still going in there at, roughly 80 miles an hour, that's still going to be really nice at the high school level.
And Parks goes down on 5 pitches looking. It's a backwards K to start the night for Snyder.
Getting on his back leg to strikeout.
In that first game, Parks went 0 for 3.
Good break.
And a nasty breaking ball from Snyder going in for strike 1 against North, the shortstop.
He can hear me. I said that he doesn't have break to his pitches, and he got mad. I apologize.
That one breaks a little bit too much, going way outside for a 1-1 count against North.
North in the previous contest in Game 1, 1 for 3. Struck out.
Just over the glove of Siemens as North gets on base to start the game. The first attack from Oski.
Ty Edgar.
Yeah, Ty Edgar not coming to the plate, but it's a great hit from North, trying to take advantage of that fastball. Because, again, if you're throwing it that fast, you're going to try and throw it in the zone, try to get it to miss a barrel. Just gets it barreled up, gets it over the third baseman's head. Excellent piece of hitting there from Jake North.
A little bit of a lead from North is this one. Right down Broadway as it cuts a little bit into the zone for an 0-1 count to start against the center fielder.
Yeah, Ty Edgar pitched in last game, went out to center field during the entrance of Jet Stock. Edgar got the loss in Game 1, unfortunate. Kind of happenstance in certain innings, allowed 3 straight innings of runs across the board. Only had 1 shutout inning on the mound, but with the bat, had the only RBI of the day for Oski in Game 1 as well.
Edgar goes a little bit late on that one as he sends it out on the right field side to the metal shed behind us. That one goes into the dirt, and it's just going to be a jog from North to the second base.
Yeah, that one, no sense of urgency from anyone. I think Schmidt had a lot of effort in Game 1. He just didn't have it. That one just a ball in the dirt. Runner just takes second.
2-2 count from Snyder. That one's hit to second. Gets the out at first, but it does send North the runner to third.
Yeah, and that one hurts a little bit because, again, that's a routine double play ball out there too, right? And it just doesn't get any easier now, especially now you have a runner in scoring position at 90 feet away. You have Peterson up at the plate. It's a rough way to be, especially when you had a ball that would have been a double play.
That ball breaks a little bit too far, goes into the lefty hitter's box, bringing a 1-0 count against the senior third baseman, Tate Peterson.
I think something interesting to note here, runner on base, and Snyder's still working from the windup. He's not working from the stretch as you usually would with a runner on. He's just going straight up on the windup.
No worry from that. And that's back-to-back strikes looking to bring up a 1-2 count down the middle to Peterson.
Yeah, trying to find something to get into the zone here.
That one goes low, but a nice pickup by Schmidt to keep the runner on third.
Yeah, don't have to find the zone there, but I think this early in the game, you still want to put it somewhere near the strike zone because, again, you have a new umpire behind the plate or just an umpire you haven't worked with yet, so you need to find his zone early and to start working it later on in the contest.
Still trying to get Peterson swinging. That one goes low and outside. The count fills itself up, 3-2 now with 2 outs and a runner on. This one unloads. And they're going to catch him looking. Goes low, and it's 2 backwards Ks to start the day for Schneider. Leaves one guy stranded. So going into the bottom half of the first, it's still 0-0 with the Warriors bats up coming. Coming back for the bottom half of the first inning, it is Carter Bonnet, number 12, coming into pitch for the Oskaloosa Indians.
Yeah, Carter Bonnet so far this season has not had too much. I mean, it's his 5th appearance, 2nd start on the season. He's 0-1, 9 1/3 innings pitched, a .75 ERA. So maybe a bit of a bullpen game going for both squads here today in game 2.
Very similar batting order for the Warriors. It's Moore, the shortstop, coming in to hit first. Lead off for Norwalk as he takes strike 1 out the gates.
Yeah, it's almost an identical lineup for Norwalk. The only difference is Kingston Lamb has come in to play first base instead of Keelan Selby. And Hans, instead of pitching, is now the designated hitter, hitting for the pitcher.
Strike 2 taken by Colton Moore. Both pitches going on that, painting that outside edge of the plate. So it's an early 0-2 count for Moore. As Bonnet tries to find that edge again, just goes a little bit too wide. 1-2 count. In last game, Moore was heavy on the aggression from the bat, taking a little bit of a step back, not swinging too much, but we may see a little bit more aggression as he takes a hefty swing on that one, and it's taken for a strike 3. First out from the Warriors, coming from Moore. Now, he pitched in game 1, now coming back as the DH. It's the lefty, Ashton Hans.
Yeah, Hans had a great game in game one. Obviously took home player of the game for his pitching performance, but also went 1 for 3, had a single, walked, struck out looking, lined out. Does not get a run scored with the stolen bases that his courtesy runner racked up, but overall just a great performance from him in game one, both with the bat on his shoulder and with the glove on his hand.
Bonnet finds the edge on pitch 1, and he does it again, finding the outside edge against the lefty for going up 0-2 on the count early.
Yeah, Hans, the designated hitter. All he has to really do here is just swing the bat, fight off anything that comes close, and he does just that.
So staying alive is Hans in the bottom half of the first, trying to get something going for him and his Warriors squad early.
Yeah, and Carter Bonnet trying to do the opposite thing here. He's really looking to shut things down. I mean, the strikeout to Moore is huge. And from here, you're just kind of looking for something to deliver.
And he delivers that one low. 1-2 count to Hans now. Been a pretty quiet start to the game, unlike in game one where both teams came out of the gates with a score. Oski was held scoreless in their top of the first. And now back-to-back strikeouts. That one looking for Hans.
Now batting number 12, Riley Schmidt.
And inside and low gets Hans looking.
Yeah, that's exactly what you want to see from Bonnet early in the game as a pitcher. You want to find those kind of inside parts of the plate or the outside parts of the plate where a hitter's not going to swing, but you can find the strike call. It's something that the catcher's going to try and find a way to expand that out to make it a guaranteed call throughout the game. But you two have to corroborate on that.
And Schmidt gets that one to drop in between short and left field. It drops right in between them. Looked like a little bit of miscommunication. Neither one knowing who's going to go attack it as Schmidt gets onto the bases and in for him to run. It's number 15, Josh Schneider, will be his pinch runner so he can get his catcher gear back on.
That's a little bit of an interesting thing of taking your pitcher into the game to pinch run for your catcher who needs to set up, and maybe a conversation with his pitcher is what he's used to at this point. But yeah, I think that one was just a bit of a no man's land thing. Neither player was going to get to it in time.
First pitch, low and outside to Owen Siemens, the third baseman, coming in now with one runner on and 2 outs and a 1-0 count. Bonnet decides to keep Snyder honest as he throws down to first, looking for a back pick.
As actually looking at it, I believe that's number 35. So it'd be Jackson Howe, I believe, coming to pinch run for his second game.
Well, sight's never been one of the strong suits, and this far away from the line, all the numbers look the same.
Yeah.
But that one is scooped up by the second baseman and an easy put out to end the bottom of the inning. So after one whole inning, it's still scoreless. We'll be back for the top of the second, and the Oskies batting order will be 5, 6, 7. back for the top of the second here in Norwalk. The Warriors trying to sweep this doubleheader as it's still scoreless after the first inning. Now up for this 5, 6, 7 order. It is Johnson, the first baseman. He's coming in now as the first baseman. It was not him in the first game. It was number 12, Carter Bonnet, but now he's in to pitch. And it's Colin Johnson, the sophomore.
Yeah, Johnson in game 1, a walk, a strikeout, a single, 1 for 2. Probably one of the better stat lines on the day for Oskaloosa. He was very patient at the plate, something that he's going to showcase here. He's going to want to continue to work counts, see as many pitches from Schneider as possible.
So it's an early 1-1 count as he fouls that away back to his dugout. 1-2 count now from Schneider to Johnson.
I think from Schneider here, I'd like to see something off speed or a breaking pitch. Try to get him off balance, maybe an early swing.
And I think he was listening to you as that one breaks off and almost gets Johnson swinging, but he gets a tip on it.
I promise I don't have a pitch come that I'm relaying to him right now. I promise. It's a bit of a rough spot here. Maybe try a fastball, see if he's late on that. As does just that, gets him just under it.
And it's an easy fielding by the shortstop. Colton Moore gets that out recorded to start off this Warrior defensive with an out.
Yeah, and that's just great pitch location and pitch mix. You try to throw him off balance at a 2-strike count, then you just go right back to the bread and butter, find a way to get the out.
Up now, pitcher-to-pitcher connection. It's Carter Bonnet, and he fires that one and almost gets it down the line. It goes a little bit to the left for foul and a strike 1. Bonnet trying to help his cause and get his Indian team on the board first so that when he comes back on the mound, doesn't have to worry too much.
Yeah, eyes absolutely lit up at that first pitch. Was a bit early on it. Tried to jump on a fastball.
Now it's a 1-1 count, and after that one goes a little bit too low. Snyder unwinds it and gets the strike called. A very late one by the umpire, but it's an amazing off-speed. And just like his counterpart in game 1, that one looked like it was going to hit the batter, but sneaks its way in. And there, Bonnet just gets under it and finds the gap in between the middle infield to get himself a single and on the base with only 1 out down.
Yeah, excellent piece of hitting there. Looked through, saw the pitch mix, gets the curveball breaking pitch, whatever it was, stared at that one as a courtesy runner comes on, and it's just you have to watch it come in first, and then when he throws it again, you have an idea of where it's going to move, and you can smack it right back up the middle into center field for a single.
So Mason Muir will come on to pinch run, I should say, for Carter Bonnet. As hit number 1 for Cale Ashman, fouled away to the right side. So it's an 0-1 count for Ashman with 1 runner on at first. That one.
Excuse me. As now he's working from the stretch now, just kind of a point out from Snyder. I think it was just when the runner moves his way over to third, it's easier for him to just kind of pop and throw it over rather than try to step fully off. Just interesting notes here for Snyder on his way he pitches.
That one goes low and outside again, but a nice grab by Schmidt to not let that one pass. Because we saw that in inning 1, a ball goes into the backstop and it sends the runner to second, and then it was a very easy hit to second that would have been a double play. This one, they're still keeping the double play option open as Snyder fails to hit the center zone again, making a 3-1 count on Ashman. And that one goes low and outside again.
Jack Miller.
Schmidt, very obviously displeased with that call, thinking that one swooped right in. But it is a walk for Ashman.
Yeah, and I think Schmidt's doing the right thing here of going up to Snyder, talking him out, and just saying, hey, that's where we want it. He'll if he doesn't call it now, maybe we can get that call later on in the game. But his stuff's looking good. There's no need to be a little overcritical of the way he's throwing it, and Schmidt's just making sure Snyder knows that.
So now the second baseman, Jack Miller, up to bat with one runner in scoring position as that one goes down the center for strike one and another runner on first. So an 0-1 count on Miller as Schneider trying to just right this ship again, get back into the driver's seat. And that one hit by Miller. A diving grab from the right field side. That is Wilkening to get the grab from right field. And some communication coming from both dugouts.
Number 14, Owen Johnson.
And the umpire crew now coming to talk. But both runners were held at the base they were at, so Muir at second and Ashman at first with 2 outs now.
Yeah, I think the debate is whether or not they're saying Brady actually caught it, and if they're trying to see if they need to tag. Okay, they will say that runner is out. It was a catch. Therefore, the tag at second doesn't matter. They're just trying to see if there was a drop. They need to go tag the runner at second, then make their way over, tag the runner at first, because the only player that would be safe at that point would have been the hitter. You can't have 2 batters on 1 base for very obvious reasons.
So after everything's all cleared up, it's now 2 outs with Johnson, the right fielder for Oskaloosa, coming up to bat with 2 runners on. Pitch 1 does not break enough, and it stays low, so a 1-0 count early for the right fielder. Snyder now keeps it low. Needs to bring it up a little bit after going down now 2-0 in the count. And that one stays up and breaks just how he wanted it. Snyder staying aggressive, going now. It's a 2-1 count. Pitch number 4 to Johnston comes and goes as a strike. It's got him swinging. So now tying up the count. It's 2-2-2.
Yeah, fantastic job of kind of pulling the string back on that one, getting him to swing early on a breaking pitch. Can see if the bread and butter fastball works here, or if he just goes back to a breaking pitch. Bread and butter fastball.
Down the center, catch him looking. It's a backwards K. That's Snyder's 3rd strikeout, and all of them have come looking. So going to the bottom half of the second, it's still scoreless. Norwalk trying to change that.
Brady Wilkening.
Back for the bottom of 2, Norwalk trying to get the bats exploding. And to do that, to start out for them in this order, it's 5, 6, and 7. It's Wilkening, the right fielder, trying to start some offense for the Warriors.
Same spot that we started for the Oski lineup. Trying to see if they can get through that kind of part of the order as well, but with a bit more success this time than Oski, which had 2 on, just couldn't get it done.
Wilkening will take the first pitch for a ball, so a 1-0 count from Bonnet. Pitch comes in and comes right back at him as Wilkening gets his bat on the ball and starts the offense with a great at-bat, gets a single down and brings up Kenyon Wright.
So it wasn't hit as hard as Siemens' line drive in that first game, but the 4 and 5 hitters are trying to kill the opposing pitching currently.
It still sent Bonnet to the turf as he tried to avoid getting domed from the ball. So now Wilkening at first with Kenyon Wright, the second baseman, up to hit. No outs now. As he hits a liner straight to left field, Wilkening got a bit too much of a jump on it. So nowhere to tag as he just retreats back to first base.
Yeah, I don't think I would have had him tagging either way. I mean, good arm out there in left field with Ashman. It's not really worth the risk, especially when you still have Bush and Lamb that could come up this inning. Bush guaranteed an at-bat, obviously, as he's up to bat. But Lamb could still come up after that. And, you know, you still have an opportunity to get a runner in scoring position for the bottom of your order.
For the center fielder, it's Bush. He takes ball 1. Xavier Bush, number 11. He's a senior. Had himself a pretty decent game 1. Now trying to move along. Wilkening from first to second, potentially all the way home. Pitch 1, he's firing. Sends that one up. And Wilkening, after that one is caught in foul territory, jumps off the bag and kind of shakes his shoulders like, you can't get me.
Yeah, that's a great pitch there. Just found enough of the zone to make it get an aggressive swing off. But past that, it's just can't do much with a pitch that in that location. It was a bit up, so I mean it's more likely that it's going to get on top of the bat.
So coming up to the plate for the first time in either game tonight, it's number 1 Kingston Lamb. The senior fouls away his first pitch seen tonight to the left field side.
Lamb, a 235 hitter. He does split time with Keelan Selby pretty regularly. Selby will start one of the games of the doubleheader. Lamb will start the other. And it's nice because you have that kind of opportunity to switch between a lefty and a righty. Kind of throws off some pitching.
So it's Bonnet trying to keep Wilkening honest at first. Steps back and throws back to the first baseman. Still with an 0-1 count. 2 outs now as Lamb trying to push something for the Warriors. Pitch coming in. And that one is fouled away down the first base line.
I think Bonnet is really trying to straighten out these fastballs because, I mean, earlier in the at-bat against Wilkening, he was kind of just delivering off to his glove side a bit harder than he needs to be. So trying to straighten that out, try to get it back over the heart of the plate, especially with a lefty up. Don't want to be hitting him and putting a runner in scoring position.
And that one goes out wide from Carter Bonnet. So it's a 1-2 count now. Still with Wilkening at first. Bonnet trying to put away this side as that one fouled away high into the left. It's Lamb staying alive in this one, still with a 1-2 count.
Just in time for more thunderstorms tonight.
It's Bonnet stepping off the plate, just trying to refocus everything going on. Wilkening, of course, now.
Yeah, and I think Bonnet might be just a little too focused on that runner at first.
And that one breaks low, and it gets Lamb looking. A backwards K from Bonnet, who gets his third strikeout of the day and his second one looking. So after 2 innings, it's still scoreless. We'll go to the top of the third, where it's going to be the top of the order, 1, 2, and 3 for the Oski Indians. Back here for a beautiful night in Norwalk. It's the top of the third. Coming up to
Now,
bat
number
for
5,
the
Trey
Indian,
Parks.
it's number 5, Trey Parks. He started the night with a strikeout looking. Coming back, trying to change that here in the top of the third. Get something going for his Indian squad as they try to fix the scoreboard and put themselves in the lead. He fouls away behind him the first pitch, so it's an 0-1 count from Josh Schneider. And that one goes down the middle, a fastball for strike 2.
Yeah, just needs to find a way to keep getting to these 0-2 counts consistently, because it seems to be early in this game, it's either a 2-0 count or an 0-2 count. One you have to battle back from, the other one you can kind of work your way into. It's just, it's so much different mentality-wise. 0-2, you can work your way around the zone a bit more. 2-0, you kind of feel that pressure to come into the zone exactly to where the hitter wants you.
Well, the fourth pitch, strikeout swinging. It's an off-speed curveball into the zone.
Now, batting number 2,
And in
Jake
Parks,
North.
goes out in back-to-back strikeouts to start the side. It's 1 out now.
Yeah, that beautiful pitch, beautiful breaking ball, cuts just literally almost a perfect outline of the bat as it drops up and over into the zone.
That one goes in for strike 1 called. It drops in. Number 7, Jake North, the shortstop for Oskaloosa, coming up to bat. He hits that one into center, finds the middle infield again.
Yeah, just kind of a nice
Now,
little
batting number
laced
4,
hit up the
Ty
middle.
Edgar.
Not much anybody could do. Kind of just a perfect swing there.
So back-to-back singles for North in game 2. In both the first and the third, it started out with a Park strikeout and then followed up by a North single. But in inning 1, he was left stranded. And that one's going to be a pop-up. That's Moore calling everybody off from shortstop. And he gets the out recorded. So it's an F9 for out, F6 for out 2. And it keeps North on first. Coming up now is Peterson, the third baseman. In his last at bat, struck out looking. Trying to do anything better than that with one runner in scoring position again. And he goes, and the throw is going to be a little late and a little low as it gets kicked out of the glove of the second baseman, Wright. Kenyon Wright loses it, but quickly recovered by Moore. So that is a stolen base for North as he moves to second to avoid any base running conflicts. Picked up out of the dirt from Schmidt as it's a 1-1 count now to Peterson.
Yeah, I mean, it's an aggressive tactic to use, especially with 2 outs. Trying to find a way to put some extra pressure on a pitcher. Is that one thrown back? That was a great deke. Snyder made it act like it was kind of just a common just nod towards Snyder from Schmidt, and then Schmidt chucks it down to short.
And North has to dolphin dive back to second, almost hurdling Moore. And it's a strikeout swinging from Peterson. After 4 batters, 3 of them go out to end the top of the third. So going into the bottom of the third after some very effective pitching from Josh Snyder, it's the Warriors trying to break the 0-0 tie. Coming back for the bottom of the third inning, it is the left fielder Wadley coming up to hit, trying to start something for this Warrior side.
Yeah, Norwalk at the bottom of their order, 9-1-2 due up, facing off against Carter Bonnet. Need to find something they can do, as it's quite the dark cloud just to our southwest-ish.
First pitch from Bonnet just goes a little bit outside to this righty. Trying to paint that outside edge, does not get the paint on the brush. So it's a 1-0 count now to Wadley. And that one's fouled way behind us, over the press box, into the woods.
To grandmother's house?
That
yeah. I mean, it's a great swing there. You know, you're just under it, but you're right on it. Kind of just gives the backspin all the way back behind us.
So a 1-1 count now. Wadley, a hack and a half, but it goes foul. And kicking himself because he know if he would have gone on that a little bit sooner.
I think it's not necessarily sooner. It's just a matter of, like, it kind of cut in on his hands. He couldn't really get the hands through it at that point. Did his best to get it in play after he started the swing, though. So good on him for putting it in play, foul, and seeing another pitch.
So the 1-2 count, strike 3 swinging. So it's an 1 out. Now back to the top of the order. It's Moore, the shortstop. In his first at bat, he struck out swinging in 3 pitches.
Yeah, 4 strikeouts on the day through the first time through the order for Bonnet. 2 of them swinging, 2 of them staring.
So pitch number 1 to Moore. From Bonnet, he unloads. And he catches the inside edge. A nice breaking ball, as that one looked like it was going to hit Moore. But instead it comes in and drops in. So an 0-1 count to start with 1 out now.
Feels like that's been a theme for today's pitching matchups. It's just like, this pitch is going to hit me. Oh. What do you mean, strike? I'm turning away from the ball. What do you mean, strike? It's just going to be a matchup of who can get out of that mindset first.
And that one's launched. Can Moore get his first of the year? No, that one goes about 374 as it just about hits the fence. Again, but Moore gets a double and puts himself in scoring position.
That's the second straight doubleheader we've called where he's hit one to the base of the wall. He has gotten a hold of a pitch twice and has given it a ride twice, enough where it could leave the yard if he hits it to any other part, to either dead left field or dead right field. And it's just not enough.
But instead he hits it to the deepest part of the outfield. He does put himself in scoring position with only 1 out now as it brings up the DH, Ashton Hans. And he comes out firing as he fouls that away to the left side, almost to the concession stand.
Mm-hmm. Also, an update from our Game 1 coverage. The left field squad has grown yet again. There are now 5 people out there. 3 in the chair, 2 standing.
Softball team scored 2 more. Bottom of the 4th.
So Bonnet to Hans. With an 0-1 count after the foul away. And Hans, I thought that one hit off the base, but it jumps over to the right side, foul. So an 0-2 count now.
I think it did hit the base. It hit the orange base that is used for the runners.
That it did. It's an unfortunate situation because with the speed of Moore, that would have almost definitely scored him. So Hans now down to the count, 0-2. And Bonnet just goes high and outside. So a ball 1, trying to get Hans swinging with an 0-2 count.
Yeah. I mean, out pitch here is certainly going to have to be the curve. Something off speed, something breaking.
And that one goes way outside for ball 2. So 2-2. One of the things we've been noticing about Bonnet, he keeps on checking the runners no matter the situation. And both times he's done that in this at-bat. And just threw him off and made him throw outside.
Yeah, I'll step off here. And, I mean, I said that the out pitch is going to be something breaking or off speed because Hans is not chasing the fastball outside. He's making contact with the fastball over the heart of the plate, whether it's for, foul contact or not. He's making contact. You have to throw him something that puts him off. As again, doesn't offer at the fastball outside. You have to come in the zone now, and I think you have to try and throw a breaking ball. Throw off his timing. Get him to miss on something. Again, I've never pitched a game of baseball in my life.
So it's a full count now to Hans. After fighting back down 0-2, it was 3 straight balls to the outside from Bonnet. With 1 out now, a walk here would be very devastating as it puts 2 very fast runners, and that's exactly what he does. 4 straight to the outside, and it's a base on balls for Ashton Hans.
Now batting number 12, Riley Schmidt.
Yeah, and I mean, it was just continuously trying to get him to chase on a fastball outside. It wasn't happening.
And Coach Allman will decide to have a talk with his pitcher.
As an update from softball over there, I believe it's game 2, 5-0 Norwalk, leading the Oskaloosa Indians. So Norwalk softball's broken through. Norwalk baseball well on their way, 2 on, 1 out. As Bonnet, just a quick pep talk.
Our last coverage against Pella Christian, it was the Norwalk softball team that swept the Eagles, and they're trying to do it again to the Oskaloosa Indians on their home, very new field.
Yeah, both teams trying to stay undefeated at home early this season. Something that this Norwalk squad will look to continue with Indianola coming to town. Indianola so far this season 9-0.
It's Riley Schmidt now, the catcher, coming up with one runner in scoring position, another one on first as he fouls it up. And it's going to be caught, and Moore thought about running, but the cannon behind from Parks decides against it.
Yeah, smart play there, or tough pop out, or pop up and a foul out. Out there for Schmidt, brings up Siemens.
The hard-hitting third baseman now.
He's already tried to execute one pitcher. I would be terrified of what he's willing to do to this one.
So 2 outs with one runner in scoring position, another one on first. This one to open up the game for the Warriors to Seaman. And he comes out attacking first, and he knows he could have just been right on that one as it goes over the top of his bat for a foul. Strike one.
I think he just missed it.
Bonnie keeps on looking back. The 0-1 goes, hits him.
Yep,
It
just
hits.
missed his spot.
It hits Siemens. Looked like it may have just like rode the inside of his shirt or maybe somewhere on the ham, but no matter what, it creates a bases loaded with 2 outs. And it's number 5, Kenyon. Not Kenyon. It is not Kenyon. It is Wilkening. Brady Wilkening, the senior, coming up with bases loaded.
Just one batter early. But Wilkening, also good hitter. Right behind him, also a good hitter. This is a spot that's really rough from Bonnet. You need a big out here. And the fastball is just not working right now. It's missing the zone just outside or just high, just low, just in.
Yeah, he needs an out here, and he did not start off with a ball high and inside to Wilkening. So the 1-0 count now. The unload. And Wilkening, he fouls that one up high, and it's going to be the third baseman. Got it. It is Peterson that retires the side for Norwalk, as it's still, after 3 innings, scoreless, with the Oskaloosa 5, 6, 7 order coming back up at the top of the 4th. So now back here for the top of the 4th and part of my French media, it's Johnson to start things off for Oskaloosa. In his last bat, he flied out to shortstop as that one is fouled away off the top of his bat right over our seats here inside the press box. So it's an 0-1 count now to start this 4th inning. And that one goes way wide, really trying to get the curve to go, and it just keeps on curving all the way underneath the glove of Schmidt. Snyder's liked his breaking ball so far today. As it's now a 1-1 count to Johnson, and that one again breaks. And Johnson will fly out, back-to-back flyouts to the shortstop. Moore really has Johnson's number as he's gotten under 2 of his hits already today.
Yeah, and I think Snyder's doing a good job here, inducing weak contact or just high pop flies, fly balls, something that makes it easy on his defenders to go after and go get.
Now it's the pitcher trying to help his side again. And he comes out of the gate swinging. I think got a piece of that one for strike 1, but hit it right into the dirt underneath him. So it's an 0-1 count, pitcher to pitcher. That one cannot catch the outside edge. It's a little too low and a little too far outside, so it's a 1-1 count now. To Bonnet, and Bonnet's last at bat of this game. As Bonnet tries to check it away, he did have a single and eventually got to second base before he was eventually stranded. So it's a 2-1 count now. And he hits it, hits the turf. Siemens cannot get it. He throws it into the dirt, and Lamb unable to hold it at the first base. So it's another single for Carter Bonnet.
I think I'm gonna personally give that an E5 there on the throw. It's a throw in the dirt. It's hard to pick out.
Either way it heads, it puts one runner on. And now up to the plate is Ashman, the left fielder. And he gets squared in the back, wears it like a backpack. So it puts one runner in scoring position and another on first with one out.
Nice, yeah, that's a smart move from the coach, coming out there and making sure, hey, what's up? Because that's not usual for any of the pitchers here for Norwalk. They really don't hit batters all that often. They'll miss the zone. They'll miss where their spot is. They do not hit batters. I think as a team, just 18 on the season through, I think, about 9 pitchers. So about an average of 2 per. For context, in fewer pitchers and in fewer innings, Oskaloosa has 23 hit batters. So this is not something you see from Norwalk very often.
So with one runner now in scoring position, another one on first with Miller up to the plate. And he takes strike 1, looking with an 0-1 count. Back to business for Snyder after a first pitch hit. He comes back with a breaking ball to the outside for strike 1. Trying to do the same with pitch number 2, but it goes a little too far outside. 1-1 count now. Here in the top of the 4th, either team looking for a way to open it up scoring-wise. Oskaloosa is trying to do it on their offensive unit.
I think Snyder's trying to find a spot on that outside part of the plate where he can reliably put that breaking pitch, or trying to find a place to put the fastball. Finds it there. But just needs to find a place away from the barrel of the bat to try and just locate some strikes, get some confidence back in the delivery.
Especially in this scenario with 2 runners on. That one's going to go looking.
Yeah, that's a gorgeous pitch, and that's exactly what he's looking for. He's looking for stuff off the plate so that he can then just glide that pitch in beautifully over the heart of the plate and freeze the batter.
It's Owen Johnston now, the right fielder coming in at the 9 spot. Takes strike 1 looking down the middle, trying to watch the first one. He is 1 runner in scoring position at second. I believe it's the pinch runner for the pitcher, Mason Muir. And then at first, it's Ashman, the left fielder. And it's gonna, umpire's gonna say it hits the line because Johnson jumped out of the way, but they call it a strike number 2.
Yeah, just found the black. You need to get out of this spot if you're Snyder. It'd be huge if you can. And yeah, there
and
it
it's
is.
a 1-2-3 against the final batter to get himself out of a scary situation and keep the score 0-0 as we head into the 4th. It's going to be the Norwalk side. It's going to be hitters number 5, 6, and 7 again, I believe. 6, 7, and 8 for the bottom of the 4th here in Norwalk, Iowa. Here for the bottom of the 4th, it's the Warriors 6, 7, and 8 trying to open up the scoring. And up first, it's Kenyon Wright, the second baseman. In his last at bat, he flew out to the left fielder. This time, he's trying to straighten that one out. It's a healthy swing on the first pitch, but it is a strike swinging.
Yeah, and I think a lot of the reason that Norwalk's still down, they've only had 3 hits on the game officially. I mean, 3 foul outs, a soft grounder to second, 4 Ks. It's been a struggle at the plate.
Sends that one to the parking lot, but the parking lot's behind us, so it is a foul for strike 2. So 0-2 count for Kenyon Wright, trying to get something going for this Warrior side. And that one's going to go high from Carter Bonnet. So it's a 1-2 count now.
Yeah, and a big thing here, Bonnet not working from the windup anymore. He's working exclusively from the stretch at this point. And I think that might just be a coaching thing from the dugout. Noticing something that's working from the stretch, and there it continues to.
Fastball down the middle. Kenyon Wright just not on it fully as he strikes out swinging. So it's another K for Carter Bonnet. That's his 4th of the night. 5th, I should say, actually.
Yeah, 4 Ks through, first time through. This is first K in his second time through the order. They've been a bit more aggressive. Obviously, Moore hit that ball almost out of here. But Norwalk been a bit more aggressive. Case in point there. But I think the key thing is also that Bonnet's just been more aggressive with his pitching as well. He has seen their aggression and responded in kind.
Xavier Bush. It's a strike for number 1. And a scoring update from the softball. It's 10-0 in favor of the Warriors. In the bottom of the 5th. And so that would be game.
Never mind, that's a 2, so it's 6-0. 7-0. 7-0. 7-0.
So 7-0. Our producer can't see straight.
Says the guy that can't find his glasses.
And that one goes to the outside. It's a 1-2 count to Bush.
And
Yeah, I mean, currently Bonnet just trying to find a way to get another swing and a miss. Going to try and get a chase. Could also try and freeze him in the zone. Good breaking pitch, should be able to do it.
Bush flew out in his last at bat to the first base line, and this time he just strikes out swinging. So back-to-back Ks for Bonnet
Now batting number
as he's
1,
trying to put his
Lamb.
offense back on the field.
Yeah, and I mean, we're heading into the later stages of this game as well. I mean, we're sitting in the bottom of the fourth. Still have 5, 6, and 7 innings-wise, and Norwalk just hasn't been able to buy much since. And I mean, they had that bases loaded opportunity, couldn't get it done then. I mean, Snyder's really kept the base paths clear. No runner for Oskaloosa's made it to third base so far. It's just a matter of the pitching being so effective and so absolutely incredible.
So it's a 1-0 count as that one goes to the outside against Lamb. And another one going to the outside. Bonnet having a little bit of trouble against this lefty in this at-bat.
Yeah, Parks with an ambitious attempt at a frame job behind the plate. Pitch that was in the other batter's box, tried to frame it onto the outside corner. You're not going to fool many umpires with that.
Keyword as many as this one comes in, and that time it goes low and inside.
The keyword is many, but last time I checked, Angel Hernandez is still retired.
So now it's a 3-0 count to Lamb.
However, CB Buckner is still in the league.
Oh, goodness.
This
And it does get called for a strike. The one thing about this umpire is his strike calls are very late. It's like his elbow hurts every time he has to raise it to point for the strike. So it is a 3-1 count. And that one, again with an aggressive frame job, as Lamb tries to take out Wadley as he tosses his bat to the dugout. So one runner on now with 2 outs. Lamb going to try to do something on the base path to put himself potentially in scoring position, but it's Wadley coming to do the batting.
Yeah, I mean, needs something here. You have a runner on. Obviously, there are 2 outs, but I mean, a 2-out rally is not unheard of.
And that one goes low into the outside as Parks hops up quickly to keep Lamb honest at first. So it's a 1-0 count, two outs now. Lamb tried to take the lead, but realized that Bonnet had not hit the mound yet and was still trying to collect himself. So 1-0 to Wadley. Wind up pitch, and it's a bat on the ball, but he gets under it. And it should be a routine flyout, which it is to the right field side. It is Johnston who gets that one to end the inning for the Norwalk offense, as the defense will come back onto the field for the top of the 5th. But we'll be right back, where Oskaloosa will try to open up the scoring for this game. Back here for the top of the 5th, it's going to be the top of the order, 1, 2, and 3 for Oskaloosa as they look to put themselves on the board for the first time in this game 2, and the first time since the top of the inning of the first in game 1. It's Parks the catcher coming on to hit first. He struck out in both of his at-bats in this game, 0-2 on this night in Game 2.
Yeah, and tons of parity between the first 2 times through the order for Oskaloosa. Parks struck out twice, as this one fouled off. Then 2 singles for North. Then Edgar has grounded out and popped up, and then Peterson has struck out to end the inning.
And then Johnson has flew out.
Or has popped up twice to the shortstop, has reached second twice, and then Bonnet has reached second twice. Ashman has reached first base.
I also thought I saw him. Yep.
As it looks like lightning delay now.
Both sides coming back to the dugouts, and just to finish it, Miller's got out and Johnson struck out twice. So both.
We are currently in a 30-minute lightning delay.
So it is going to be a lightning delay with Parks up to bat at an 0-2 count. We're going to take a break to wait this one out, but don't go anywhere, because in just some short minutes, we'll be back for the rest of this game 2, where the Norwalk Warriors trying to sweep the Oskaloosa Indians here on Part of My French Media. back here in Norwalk. I'm part of my French media, and it has just been told to all of us that the game is going to be called for the night. The Storms are not looking like they're going to be leaving anytime soon. So after 4 innings, it is scoreless, and it will end the night for both Norwalk and Oskaloosa in this game too. So at the end of game 1, it is Norwalk taking the win 6-1 in game 2. We end tied. We thank you all for listening and tuning in to this production of Norwalk Baseball, where they took a win in game 1 against Oskaloosa 6-1 and failed to finish in game 2. I'm Ian Nelson alongside my counterpart Liam and our production Tyler French saying goodnight here on part of my French media, and we'll see you next time.